Hey, I'm Levi. What's your name?
Levi, I'm Kevin Shaw with Mopar Connection Magazine.
Nice.
Saw you guys here and really wanted to check out everything you got here in your setup because, quite frankly, I've been staring at this car for the last 3 days straight.
Well, we appreciate that, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so what we're doing, our company name is Hammer Fab. We just came out with some new suspension for A-body Mopars.
Okay.
We've been getting a lot of requests for B-bodies and E-bodies also, so it's looking like we're probably going to do that.
Absolutely. That'd be great.
This is our first time at Moparty.
Okay.
So we're excited about that, and we had a pretty good response. You know, people never seen anything quite like this. And
Right, a standalone system is pretty unique.
yeah.
Now, what got you into the A-body? Obviously, to pick that platform and to engineer something really that radical, something had to have sparked that.
So I'm a little OCD.
I like that.
That's part of it. We do high-end builds at Hammer Fab. I've always wanted a 67 or 68 notchback Barracuda.
Very cool.
But I just couldn't bring myself to put some of the other products on there.
All right.
And so we're good at figuring things out at my shop. So I've got the technology, the 3D scanner, SolidWorks,
Great.
all of that stuff to kind of make our own version. So I was like, you know what, if I'm going to do it, might as well make it available to everybody else too.
Okay.
So that's what we did.
So this is your car. This is patient zero, huh?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, well walk me around the
Yeah.
Barracuda.
Yeah, so most of this is original paint. So
Okay.
the front fenders had a little bit of damage. Looks like maybe they did an Earl Schreiber paint job on it back in the day.
I know a few of those.
I still have the original hood that's uncut. But basically it was original 273 four-barrel car.
Okay.
I didn't really care about that. I wanted to put a big block in it, so we
Make
put
it your way.
We put a 440 in it.
Very cool.
It's got Sniper EFI from Holley on it, 727 trans. It's got a Ford 9-inch in it.
Okay.
With 350 gears.
All right.
And that comes with our kit also, the 9-inch with the correct width for.
Oh, great.
You can
Okay.
Do a wide tires.
So okay, so you can accommodate a stock or even a mini tub
Yes.
or okay.
Yeah, so we mini tub this one, trying to get the guys at AMD to come up with a mini tub for these.
Yes, they do have them for B bodies.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they have B and E, but A body that's still on the menu.
We'll get them going.
There you go.
But yeah, so basically the whole premise of this kit is like trying not to cut the floor as much as possible.
Oh, very good.
So basically
Okay.
from the firewall back, you don't have to cut the floor at all.
That's great.
It's 3D scan. It's all welding in, no
Okay.
cutting. Now you do have to cut the inner fender. We cut the shock towers out.
Okay.
And we replace it with a piece of 14 gauge stiffening plate.
All right.
And then we cut into the frame rails a little bit, which initially is a little bit suspect to the guys, but what else are you gonna do?
Well, especially if you are going to a coilover, you're gonna have to stiffen up a lot of that unibody.
Yeah.
You're gonna definitely have to tie in those frame rails. So you're not surprising me with some of this. And again, I think the guy who is going to make that decision to really radically update the handling performance, the ride performance of their A-body, I see the logic in it.
Yeah, so what ours does a little different is by cutting into the frame rails, we're adding all the strength back, but what that does is it sucks your track width in 2 inches on each side, which allows you to get the car a little bit lower.
All right.
Have a concave wheel that's not all positive offset.
Oh, okay.
And still have the maneuverability, the full turning aspect.
Right, yeah, you're not kissing anything. Okay.
Yeah. And we didn't tub this one in the front. You could if you wanted to go a little bit lower. But yeah, it handles amazing. We had it out on the autocross on Friday.
Okay.
And it performs better than I expected.
Very cool.
So,
I mean, you are tuck and tire, don't get me wrong. I mean, the stance of this car is really out of sight.
well, thank you.
I mean, that's the biggest thing, is that from the outside, before you even get under the skin, you got to look at the stance of the car. All right, what's the wheel and tire choice?
Yeah.
What exactly is happening here?
That's what I wanted. That was my goal, was like, that's what we're good at Hammer Fab, is nailing the look.
Right.
You don't know why it looks so good.
Yeah.
But you don't realize there's all these things that took place to make that happen.
Right.
And
Well,
so now we've basically packaged that so the customer can have achieve that same look.
Fantastic. Well, do you want to walk around a little bit more about the car?
Yeah, sure.
So 440, Sniper EFI. Obviously, it looks like you got vintage air.
I got vintage air on it.
Okay.
I've got that disabled right now for autocross.
Sure.
But it does work.
Okay.
I've got a new PWR radiator coming for it. Inside is mostly original, other than the bucket seats.
Okay.
So it was a bench seat car, but That's a rare color interior for
It
this.
is, I was gonna say.
Yeah, and so the back seat is original, the door panels are original, the headliner's original, dash is original, carpet is original. I sourced another
really
car.
unmolested. I
yeah,
mean,
really solid car.
Super clean. I mean,
I got it from the original owner's daughter.
Okay.
The gal bought it brand new in '67, and she kept it very well taken care of this whole time. She kept it inside the whole time. But I found some original '67 bucket seats.
oh, that's trick.
We restored those the best we could. And then I found some NOS fabric. I got like the last 5 yards of this original fabric on the planet
Very cool.
to do these seats.
It came out awesome. And the nicest thing about it is that you really had something super solid to start with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you really couldn't ask for anything more. I hate to say it, it's just a lot of guys are stuck really kind of starting from square one, and it's like, well, I got to make a car first, and then I got to build it the way I want.
Yeah, I look around a lot, you know, Facebook Marketplace and stuff. I kind of, every once in a while.
That's dangerous. Don't do that.
Oh, I know. I got myself in trouble plenty of times. But there'll be one every now and then that pops up that's like a good one to start with.
Okay, very cool.
But yeah, it's got a stereo system in it, Rockford Fosgate stereo. You know, trying to add some of the creature comforts, because I do plan on driving this thing, maybe even on the upcoming power tour.
Absolutely.
I missed the first power tour because we had some overheating issues, but we're gonna try and maybe make the one later this year.
Okay, so that'll be great.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as combination goes, I mean, this really looks like just a really solid runner. It looks just like a really easy turnkey, get up and go, and you're also getting a lot of that handling performance that, quite frankly, a lot of people who are new to torsion bar and leaf spring are like, what's happening?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is fantastic. Well, obviously, we walked around the car. Why don't you actually show me what you actually did here?
Yeah, sure. Here's our display with the suspension.
Okay.
So what we do is we completely scrap the old K-Member.
Right.
We 3D scanned the original one and reverse engineered it, make sure, so this is a semi-bolt-on application.
Right.
So the front 4 bolts utilize the factory K-Member bolts, and then we add a third one back here for added rigidity.
All right.
Now, our K-Member mounts on the inside of the frame rails instead of the outside of the frame rails.
Okay.
So it's 1/2-inch thick steel plates, and then it has 1/4-inch thick steel spring towers
stout.
that sandwich it all together and make it super sturdy.
Yeah, this is really stout.
If you wanted to, you could weld it in, but on this one it's bolted in, and I haven't had any body flex issues or anything like that. So.
All right, so whose brake kits are you using? Bear?
Yeah, so if you get it straight from me, if you get the Pro kit, it comes with the 4-piston, 13-inch Bear brakes all the way around.
Okay.
If you don't want to get Bear brakes, you can get it as the base kit. It comes with Willwood Pro spindles. Okay. Upper and lower control arm suspension. The camber is adjusted on the inside here, so it's fairly easy to get to adjust it from the engine bay. We've got the adjustable Ride Tech coilover shocks.
I saw the Ride Techs.
And we've got a really beefy splined 1.25-inch sway bar on the front, which is also optional.
These are, that's pretty radical. The rack and pinion, you're finding that through who?
That's a Detroit Speed.
That's Detroit Speed. Okay.
It's a fast ratio one.
Yeah, you're using all the best stuff. Yeah. So I mean.
Yeah, it's built to perform. So.
It's fantastic. Now, when it comes to the rear setup, you said you're using a 4.9. Now, whose housing are you sourcing that out?
I get the housings from Holly.
Okay.
From Detroit Speed.
Detroit Speed, okay.
And it's got Mosier axles, 31 splined axles.
Awesome.
And then you can select whatever gear size you want.
Oh yeah, well that's the neat thing about a 4.9 inch is that it's the most versatile. It's like one of the most used, and it's super stout.
Yeah. Hard to wreck that one.
Yeah, exactly.
But we've got the Ride Tech adjustable shocks on the back, sprint car style sway bar on the back.
I was gonna say, yeah.
And it does have a triangulated 4-link, which isn't on the display.
Okay.
It uses Ride Tech R joints.
No, this makes for a really stout package. That's really impressive, and I think especially that you've partnered up with some really valuable names, some really trusted brands. I think that even adds to the package even more. I think you got something that, I mean, especially for the A-body guy who's got a lightweight, a lightweight platform, something that they're really looking to, run hard and get a lot of performance out of.
Yeah, and they're a great car for the track because they're so nimble.
Yeah. Plus, I hate to say it, but you can still find even a swinger or even a dart sport and get in pretty quickly.
Yeah, so this will work on Barracuda, Dart, Duster, Scamp, Swinger, Valiant.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of
Oh,
options.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So this is really trick. Levi, I'm really glad you brought this out. I mean, it's always fun to see who shows up in the manufacturer midway at Moparty. And when I saw Hammer Fab, I'm like, I don't know you, and I want to check this out.
Well,
so
cool,
I'm
man.
glad it came by.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. It's
My
nice
pleasure.
meeting you.
Thanks again.
All right.